Hey everybody, this is Sunny, the original diva of the WWE and 2011 WWE Hall of Famer. And over here in the United States of America, they call me the Queen of Controversy. And on November 14th in Glasgow, Scotland, you're going to find out why on Inside the Ropes with Sunny.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Wrestling Roulette here on Inside the Ropes. I am comedian Billy Kirkwood and I am joined by professional wrestler, the Viscount of Violence, the one and only Mr. Chris Renfrew. It's a new one there for you, Chris. Thank you.
It's happening, man. Thank you very much. I just realised I said peace to the recording. Peace, folks. How we going out there? How we all doing?
You're a gentleman. He doffs his cap to ATM machines.
I do. I say thanks to ATM machines. Sorry to lampposts.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, pal.
But what's going to happen is, just very quickly, we set aside 10 minutes and we're going to talk about one of our random topics that has been given to us by the Inside the Ropes listeners and the people of the Tinternet. Internet. So I'll set the clock. Chris, what are our potential options?
Right, what we have of the potential options here are dream matches, a TNA WWE crossover,
Nice.
Papa Shango, Chris Benoit, and how it is to watch him these days after the unpleasantness.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Best worst angles.
Right.
I believe we've covered worst angles before, but blood, PG getting the blame, ECW, celebrities, wrestlers as bad guys in video games or casting people in video games from the wrestling world, which is interesting. Leslie Nielsen after the Undertaker. Managers, today's tag teams,
Right.
concussions,
Right.
Ring of Honor,
Okay.
imports in the UK, the Briscoes, Doink and his legacy, death matches and its low fatality rate, video games, and the difference between wrestlers and sports entertainers.
Bloody hell. Right, okay. Is it my turn to pick?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
1 to 20. There was 20 options
1 to
there.
20. I'm going to go with number 7.
7. Okay.
Bet it's push.
It's Leslie Nielsen going after the Undertaker.
Man! It's not an easy one. Can I get a do-over?
I don't know if we should do a do-over. Let's we bend that into a celebrities one.
Let's bend it.
Let's bend.
We don't ever need
We've
that.
never bent in our life.
Bang. I don't know, I did once.
So Leslie Nielsen's going after the Undertaker.
Well, the whole thing was that the Undertaker was... This is my memory. SummerSlam 93?
No. Was it not after the Survivor Series?
It was after the Rumble, because I remember he died at the Rumble.
Oh, he died at the 94 Rumble.
And he flew off to heaven.
That's right. When every heel killed him.
Every fucking heel killed him.
Apart from Diesel.
Why didn't anybody do anything?
Why did it's
There's other faces.
He's got no pals. See, for a locker room leader, he had no backup that day.
You want to know, nobody likes the boss.
Nobody likes that. He must be stinking if he's dead though. Like, oh, that man dead guy, man. He's pure barking, because he's dead. He must be decomposing.
Maybe he's just really awkward around situations and stuff. So it's like, Undertaker, thanks for coming to my party. My dog died. wait, I'm sorry, hear that? When did that happen? 4 years ago.
It's like, you're just like that to him, like, oh, I was on holiday, I managed to go over to South Africa. Africa's got the highest age rate. Okay, I'm glad I invited you. Do you know I only found out recently about the BSK crew?
Alright, yeah, the Backstage crew.
Yeah, the Bad Street crew.
Bad Street crew. Is it a
Backstage crew, that's just the staff.
It's just the staff, man. You're the BSK, mate. If you want.
Part of the does that stand for Bad
Is
Street
it
crew?
Bad Street crew?
A Bad Street or something like that, man.
Something like that, innit?
So I always wondered why the BSK on his gut around the bike arena. But Leslie Nielsen is called in to save him.
Taker's missing.
Because he's went missing. Paul Bearer doesn't know where he is. In fact, was Paul Bearer missing at that point?
DiBiase's found him, apparently.
That's where it went, wasn't it, man?
Yeah.
Ted DiBiase and then the fake Undertaker. See, I knew this could evolve into many conversations. Good effort.
Who comes out miming. I always remember when he brought him out in Superstars, because there was all that thing, it was a big build-up that he found the Taker.
It was, What was his face?
Brian Lee.
Brian Lee, who went on to become
Brian Lee.
Chains at one point.
Chains, yeah. That's probably the biggest success he ever had in wrestling, because he was always kind of like a little bit of a big guy. Well, I'd say that though. He had a good run in there.
He had an ECW run with Tommy Dreamer. He was part of the Raven.
Yeah, and he was quite
my memory.
primetime Brian Lee. He was quite big up in Smoky Mountain at one point, I think. Him and Mark Calloway. It's Calloway, isn't it? Calloway, the Undertaker. Apparently their careers were quite parallel. Like, they both started in Texas around about the same time.
So he's the guy that could have been Taker?
Could have been.
So like Val Venus is the guy that could have been Edge?
No way.
Right, they were the same. Think about it. They were on the same keel coming in. They both came in same time. They both had to shout for each gimmick. Because he was Hardcastle, Sexton Hardcastle. So the sex gimmick could have went to him. And he could have been Edge. This is apparently true. Can't remember when I've read it, but this is something I have heard.
Right.
And if you think about it, on the push, they did push Venus
Yeah.
before they pushed Edge, because he was on the team.
At one point they brought in, I mean, there's that cliche thing in the Attitude Era, everyone was over.
Yeah.
Right. But you know, to a certain degree, guys were used in the right way. I mean, Val Venus's gimmick, the first time Val Venus came out, he got a pop.
Yeah, and he was meant to be a heel.
Yeah, and because they did the vignettes and that type of thing, you know.
They thought he'd get booed.
It's funny.
Like, that's good. And then
Guy pumps for
Kaintai tried.
the Mad Shagger.
The Kaintai tried to cut his knob off.
I always thought that was a little weird, but that's because he pumped that guy's wife.
It's, you know, for a fact, it's because of the old school racists just wanted to say choppy pee pee. That's all they wanted to be heard said. So Vince go, that's brilliant, that is.
Vince is walking in the office high-fiving.
He's high-fiving, just walking about the office with his hand in the alarm.
Yeah.
No, Dana.
Then he does that weird thing. Yeah, high-five yourself, Vince. You're doing well. You're doing so well.
It would be
Vince.
Like Friends, that episode of Friends, Bing's boss. That's what I can imagine it being like.
He's the spitting image of him. He's the fucking spitting image. That guy.
You're right.
If they ever make a movie, that guy's Vince McMahon. If he doesn't get the job, he must be so fucking angry. I don't know what the actor's name is.
I can't remember. I saw him in something recently, so he's still around, man.
Yeah, he's still around. And he looks even more like Vince.
He does. He would pure be a good Vince McMahon. The Leslie Nielsen never found Taker.
No, he did not. Even though they got oh god, they even got his, because he was playing Leslie Nielsen, but he was meant to be Frank Drebin from the Naked Gun movies.
Yeah, he was playing his character.
Murder of a Police Squad man myself. There we go. So he was trying to find Taker. He even had George Kennedy with him, like his assistant. Oh, not his assistant, George Kennedy. I mean, I think there was...
Do you think there's one writer that only ever gets an idea every few years, and it's the same idea every time? I know we should do... What is it, Billy? It's different, Billy.
Alright.
I think we should have a fake Undertaker. Like,
Kidman, you're a dick!
that could work. Okay, we'll try it. Didn't work. Okay, and then a few years later he just pops up like, I know! We can have a fake Kane! It didn't go too well the first time. Maybe we'll try it. What other fakes has there been? Has there been other? Oh, fake Diesel and fake Razor, but they never...
Oh, man.
We never had a battle with the fakes versus the real, like, I'm the true bad guy.
Do you know...
And you look like you work in a pizzeria, mate.
Do you know it's the Glenn Jacobs paradox, right? Because that guy so shouldn't have made it. If you think about it, I mean, at one point he was the Christmas tree monster. Then he was Unabomb in Smoky Mountain. And then he was Isaac Yankem, DDS.
The fake Diesel.
Then he was a fake Diesel.
Then he got the gimmick they got.
Then he got the gimmick.
They got the guy.
How did it take him so long? Oh, God, see the original Kane, man? Where the fucking he was all... This guy's fucking scary.
I like the guy just a bit behind the original Kane. His outfit changed. It was a more grittier black. It wasn't the vest yet, but it was kind of had like the holes and the sort of flame.
Ah, yeah.
Curtains.
No, totally.
Do you ever remember the rumours you'd hear when you're a wee guy? Like, oh man, it was, I think it'd be like Telefax or something you'd read them, man. Pure wrestling rumours. Oh, Kane's joining DX and he's going to come out wearing green and black.
I remember hearing that. Yeah.
Weird.
I remember hearing that and being annoyed. Going, no. You know, that doesn't work. That's no flames. That's no evil.
Look at it like this, man. His brother had accidentally killed his whole family. Which they all dance over and still cheer for this guy, by the way. He killed his whole family. And then he's heavy bummed, but he's not actually, he's a bit mental. We find that out later though. But he's been shunned by society. His own dad, or his real dad, it turns out, is a bit mad and all. Treats him like a fanny. And then he's got this corporation saying, you don't do what we told you. You're going in a mental home, pal.
Aye.
And we export that. Listen, mate, I can see beyond all this. You be one of us. And he's like, I'll wear green and black. And it was actually X-Pac that went, you stay true to your colours, son. You stay true. X-Pac, mate, you saved Kane.
By the way, have you got any duct tape for my anus? Oops, the anus!
I think it's funny how Kane's had that relationship twice.
Oh, right, no.
Well, it's a bit more comedy this time round, but
Well, he was
he was a Hurricanes buddy for a while.
Hurricanes buddy. Didn't he have a tag team with Rob Van Dam? Mm-hmm. So
How many champ times has he been tag champ?
he's a bit of a slut.
He's a bit of a whore. Has he been tag champ? It's a big show.
Tag champs with Big Show.
Taker, obviously.
Taker. Definitely Rob Van Dam.
RVD, aye.
Don't think with X-Pac.
Yeah, he did. They
he?
held it around the May 99 era.
Oh, there
They
you
took
go.
it from...
Don't think with Hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They won the TLC match. The tag
So they
champs of all
did.
lives.
So they did.
And they were defending it. So he's held them in. My God, has he had more tag reigns with different people than anyone
He
else?
must be like a 10-time tag team champ.
He's got quite a few, because the Brothers of Destruction are 3 or 4 times.
Oh, a bunch of... Right, anyway, Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen still no
Leslie
thing.
Nielsen, so this is 94. They start airing vignettes, him playing...
Right.
He is Leslie Nielsen, but he's his character from Naked Gun films. He's trying to find The Undertaker. He's doing all these little funny WWE written clearly...
New generation WWF stuff, man.
Yeah. Written for...
Todd Pettengill, I'm sure.
Yeah. They're trying to make it look like Naked Gun, and and it's not. It really is not.
It
But
wasn't.
Leslie Nielsen, bless him, is selling it like it's going out of fashion. Like he's giving it his all.
95 was a year of celeb tie-ins.
Yeah.
95, man. Like, then Shatner showed up no long after it.
That's right.
LT.
Yeah, Lawrence Taylor,
Who
man.
was a celebrity then? I didn't know who he was.
Still don't know.
Nah. I know he wrestled Bam Bam at WrestleMania 11.
In fact, he was in One Given Sunday, Al Pacino.
And was he the guy with the dodgy neck?
He is the guy
One more game, man. No, you'll die.
Don't doubt me, I'm worth $1 million. That's right.
Did he die?
Let's say yes.
Oh.
He died. No Taker, just come on.
Taker, we bring you to parties and you bring up dead dogs, the age rate in Africa, and now you're pointing out
Here's this
LT.
Tamagotchi, we can kill it in the corner. Right, anyway.
That's not even the real Undertaker! What's his name again?
That's David, right?
Prime Time?
Brian Lee!
Brian
I think he's
Lee.
dead now. I think Brian Lee might be
I think
dead.
he's sadly in that collection, man.
Right, so we've only got about a minute left. Leslie Nielsen finally says he's going to announce he's fighting The Undertaker at SummerSlam. He even makes an appearance at SummerSlam. Never reveals The Undertaker. Stops, that's it. You even see him at SummerSlam.
And Taker was on the card,
Yeah,
fighting
yeah.
the other Taker.
Yeah, right at the end, I think they did the film the thing where here he is, it's in this coffin, it's The Undertaker. I don't even remember where that goes, but he doesn't actually find the Taker.
That is gutting, man.
Isn't it?
So, yeah, again, but Frank Drummond's one of the greatest detectives that ever lived.
And Taker has
He saved, like, the Queen and stuff.
Taker has a...
And he couldn't find the Undertaker.
Aye.
WWE can't even book bloody Leslie Nielsen, right?
I love
God.
I fucking love Leslie Nielsen as well.
Do you know he used to do serious stuff before comedy?
Yeah,
And then
totally.
someone just went dry wit.
Forbidden
You
Planet.
know what? I'm so proud that one went off better than like most of it.
That's 10 minutes.
10 minutes and we actually done.
Well, for what it's worth, my hats off to you, Leslie Nielsen. You were one of my heroes. And Brian Lee, well, he did alright.
But my memory, one memory I have of him is he did that thing with Dreamer. I always remember he lost a scaffold match and went through a lot of tables. And I think that was it, because the Raven storyline, Raven Dreamer, intertwined God knows how many people into
I remember the disciple coming in as part of the Disciples of Apocalypse, because I remember going, that's Brian Lee.
I remember him being one of the guys in DOA I actually thought was one of the better of the four, man.
Oh, he was definitely a better worker. I mean, the Harris brothers have
I'm
been...
always scared to slag them in case they ever hear anything, because they are the most big, legit, badass
Oh
guys
yeah,
ever.
I mean,
Wrestling-wise.
I loved them when they were the Bruise brothers. And they had this big gimmick matches.
Again, another part of the Raven Dreamer storyline.
Yeah. And then they were the Baloo brothers, and then they were the Brothers Grimm.
And then they came in as Skull and 8 Ball.
Yeah, and then they ended up in WCW as Creative Control.
And then they went over to TNA and became the Red Shirt Security.
I think they were the Harris brothers at one point, but then they were Red Shirt Security.
See, if you're big, tall, and look like a biker, you get a lot of gimmicks given to you, man.
Definitely.
See, if you're a smaller guy and you don't get over,
Yeah.
good luck.
Those
and
guys
future
never
endeavours.
made it though. I think it's sadly.
Harris?
I don't think they really.
They might have caught a few good pay slips during that era, though.
Oh, yeah, I
You
think-
got to remember,
Well, they had at least 10 years where they were getting paid well.
Well, Sandman was talking about, I watched the timeline recently, and he's saying
Yeah.
now 95 is when his pay jumped up.
Yeah.
And he was getting $3,000 a week.
Wow.
$3,000 a week to wrestle for ECW.
God.
And they weren't, where's that money coming from?
Yeah.
Anyway, There was money there, man. Like, guys were getting 200 grand contracts that I can guarantee there's the guys that are getting title runs that are only getting 200 grand contracts.
Oh, man, that's amazing. I got it in TNA now. I mean, some of those guys run. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. Thanks very much for joining us in Wrestling Roulette. We will be back again very, very soon. If you want to set us the topic, by all means, post it on the Facebook. He is Chris Renfrew. I'm Billy Kirkwood. We'll see you again.